Good evening. We're back with more Marvel Snap. Beginning the evening at rank 110 and 6 cubes. Finally have all the cards that I need to play Agatha. Ghost Rider was the last remaining one. So I'll give this Agatha deck a try and see how it goes. If you don't have Kang, the original list from Regis Kilbin, which is where this list came from, the original deck had Typhoid Mary instead of Kang. So we've got Wave, which is good. If you're not familiar with Agatha, she plays your cards for you, but she will always play herself if given the option. And so we give her only one option, which is to play Wave on turn 3. Now she's just going to play herself. She'll always play... Well, no she won't because there's only 3 energies. So that is terrible. Because now on turn 4 she has multiple options and she may not play Wave. In fact, she's going to play the deck herself the rest of the time. So that Wave could not have been a worse card. And just luck that it came out of the deck. This is going to be a loss. That is an awful play. And I can't even Kang bluff. Not off to a very good start. And when you play Agatha, Agatha gets all of the boosters all of the time. Here we don't have Wave or Lady Sif. Wave and Lady Sif are the ways that you retake control of your deck from Agatha. Either by giving Agatha the ability to play herself after Wave, or Lady Sif will always discard Agatha since Agatha is the only 6-drop that is ever going to be in your hand prior to turn 6. Okay, that was a very good draw. So here Agatha is going to discard herself and then we can bring her back with Ghost Rider at Kiln. This deck is a bit of a mean deck, but it actually is capable of getting to infinite. And I do think this is one of, if not the best version of the deck. So opponent can move Sunspot there if he wants to. Not going to help him too much though. So do I want to go ahead and play Red Skull here, or would I rather play Sarah? Sarah. Then next turn I'd have a lot more options if I play Sarah, though Red Skull is probably stronger. Let's go with Sarah. Doom. Alright, this should be fine. This deck got a small buff in the last patch because we're running Red Skull without Shuri. And Red Skull is now, like, for example, in that situation, before, Red Skull would have been 15 power, but he would have given an extra +3 power to the opponent. So he actually would have been weaker before the patch than he is now. Give me Lady Sif or Jubilee, or Wave, please. When you're playing an Agatha deck, you actually don't really want Agatha playing your cards. In fact, you don't want that at all. Probably gonna lose if Agatha plays the cards. But in this case, she's got no choice but to play Lady Sif, which will discard her. I don't have Ghost Rider yet. Seeing Mr. Sinister, the suspicion is automatically Cerebro 2s, as that is the only deck that I know that plays Mr. Sinister. Oh, the hood probably rules that out, though. Still no Ghost Rider. I'll go ahead and play Enchantress just for points. It's going very well with Doomwave. I think that's a very strong deck. And keep it in my back pocket for next season. Ah, okay, well. Don't think I wave here. I don't really have a play. Don't really have a play. So I'm gonna wave and then Kang bluff. I'll be drawing America Chavez this turn. His play wasn't that strong. See what he's gonna do. Valkyrie. So I should have played America Chavez to Atalan. Last round. I don't have an answer to Valkyrie. If I'd played America Chavez to Atalan last round, my opponent has initiative, so I definitely could have won. I think that's what I should have done anyway, because it needlessly exposed America Chavez to Shang-Chi, which I didn't consider to be a realistic possibility in a Patriot deck. I know the Patriot decks are running Valkyrie, though, lately. And So I should have played America Chavez mid, I think. See if she decides to play wave or Lady Sif. I'd prefer she play wave. Well, actually, I don't care now. Now that I have Ghost Rider. Again, she will always play herself if she has the option to. And with wave, she will have the option to. I'm surprised my opponent is snapping knowing I'm playing Patriot. This is the same opponent, right? So there goes Agatha. I would Lady Sif if it was guaranteed to discard Red Skull, but of course it is not guaranteed. And then next turn I'll have Taskmaster most likely. But I can Kang to see what he's going to do first. Don't really mind if he concedes here. I only really have the ability to win one lane. You may be worried about like Enchantress and something else. Is it if this is the same opponent? Yeah, I don't have the ability to win against that without Killmonger. I'd need Killmonger and Sarah already on the table. That is terrible. And it's going to mean a loss. So we've had 2 games in this video with random acts of chance, basically. So Agatha could have decided to play Wave to Limbo. My opponent doesn't play Shuri yet. That's a good sign. So Agatha will play herself here. Can try a desperation bluff. My best play is going to be Taskmaster for 14 power. But I'm down by... It's going to just come down to who has more power on the table, and I'm down by 6. So I'd be up by 8, but if my opponent plays something 9 power, I'll lose. If he's able to play 9 power. So just playing Taskmaster would put me at 41 to 26. No, 31. So I'd be up by 7 and then down by 10, so I would lose by 3 on differential. And there's no way to get any more power down on the board. I can't Shang-Chi anywhere. Just been able to consistently draw Wave or Lady Sif, but had some bad luck, I would say. So far, not running very well. That's actually pretty bad luck, because that means that Agatha's not guaranteed to play Wave. That's maybe one of the worst possible plays. This is why this deck is a bit of a meme. It is capable of getting to infinite, and I do think this is the strongest version of it. But I wouldn't say it's a good deck or one you want to use tokens to build. The deck I was playing, Doomwave, is a good deck. This deck gets messed up by a lot of stuff, as you can see. Wakanda forever. The Desperation King bluff. If Agatha hadn't played my Shang-Chi, I could definitely beat that. But she did. Super flow on turn 1 is just fine. Means I can wave next turn. As long as wave doesn't go too super flow. Put it at Gamma Lab, please. Okay, thank you. And then don't play yourself to Gamma Lab. It's not awful. If she plays herself to Gamma Lab, it's just a reduction of 2 power, but still prefer she would have played to Starlight Citadel. Let's go with Sarah. Okay. Don't think there's any need to play Kang here. You can just go for the win. The Shuri deck is a known entity. I don't think I could have snapped, though. Just played this opponent last game. He knew I had Shang-Chi, so he would know exactly what the snap meant. I think I got the maximum cubes that I could there. Okay, now it's Weird World. Okay. Does this say Kitty Pride deck? Not the best location, but it's fine. My opponent's filling up New York too. This looks like a Black Panther play to me. No, Taskmaster. So what's better, Shang-Chi, Zabu, or Zola? I think Shang-Chi, Zabu is better against Well, we have New York on the table, though. So if he moves Red Skull, I don't know. I think this is fine. Okay. He was king bluffing. That's my king, most likely. Could play Zola. But I still think the Shang-Chi Zabu is fine. Though now he will probably move the Red Skull away. And then try to win Weird World. So I'm going to alternate my play here. Oh, okay. So Agatha always starts in the hand, but she doesn't take up one of your hand slots. So when you play Agatha, you will always start with a larger hand than your opponent has in a thinner deck. And that's why we're drawing Wave or Lady Sif so consistently, because we start with a smaller deck than the opponent does. We're also running the America Chavez, which further thins the deck. So there's really only 10 cards to draw from instead of the usual 12. Instead of the usual 12, we only got a pool of 10. Okay, that's not good because now Agatha doesn't have to play Wave. But she did. Not to the best location, but that's fine. Okay. It's not great. Could be worse, though. May not have been what he actually wanted to do. I think this is fine. Well, actually, so he can move Human Torch over and then he can Heimdall. But he'll lose Murder World and Icebox. If he Heimdalled here, he'd be at 19 and then he'd win Murder World as well. Oh, okay. One of the reasons why Agatha does okay is the deck thinning. Deck thinning is valuable because it reduces RNG. It reduces the RNG of card draw. this is... Sorry about the cut. This is the first game in a half an hour where I haven't had Sif or Wave on turn 3. So that's good. That's one of the questions I had about Agatha was... How often do we have to actually tolerate Agatha playing the deck? And it will certainly be a loss this game, but it'll just be a 1 cube loss. Couldn't play Jubilee for me. I may need Enchantress later. This is clearly Dinohawk. Who knows? Maybe Kane can save us with a bluff. That's not the worst play. But he's not going to play Kang, so I don't get the opportunity to bluff at this. Another game was a not so great draw. Got 2 turns to rectify it. Okay. Now it's pretty good. Lady Sif will discard Agatha, and then I can bring her back with Ghost Rider. We'll just use it to win Kiln. Okay. I want to see if he's going to play Galactus here. Yep. So, I actually don't think I want initiative so that I can Shang-Chi. Let's try this. If he sees through this play and just plays small cards, I'll lose. But if he plays his Null, I'll win. Yep. Got the read on him. Got 2 turns to draw a Sif or Wave. Oh, Wave was the top card. Now I need Sif. If I did draw Lady Sif, it would have been a pretty good hand. Not the Jubilee. It's Shang-Chi. Oh wow. Boy, is that bad luck for my opponent. Apparently Agatha knew what she was doing. That's such horribly bad luck for my opponent. Really unbelievable. And next turn she's gonna play herself. This turn, let's see what we get from Grand Central. Oh, okay. I got Agatha, you got Shuri. We'll get a chance to see how big the null is at least. Interesting. So I would need 11 power that's not vulnerable to Shang-Chi. I don't have that. If he didn't have Shang-Chi, it's possible I could have won. That's not great. If only this Lady Sif was Wave instead of Lady Sif or a Ghost Rider in hand. Please play Adam Warlock. Oh, and now it's TVA. Okay.
Time's up.
I don't know if I should get a showdown here. If my opponent has 2 cards to play, I lose. If he doesn't, I probably win. He did. Oh, I win. Okay. So that's where we'll end for now. In the end, after 40 minutes, I gained 1 cube. But that's not terrible at rank 110 with an Agatha deck not losing. I would consider an okay result. Played against a couple of Galactus decks, Thanos, Shuri, and ended up breaking even, which is not nothing. I don't know if this deck is anything. I mean, I do know it's not a top tier deck. It's a meme deck, but it is the strongest version of the meme deck, I think. It's fun to play. I enjoyed it. I could see how it could get to infinite if you have enough time. Anyway, thank you for watching.